this week? What have I been doing this week? Gosh, not a lot. I guess I haven't been doing a lot this week. That's lame. That's pretty boring. We need to change that. Good morning, YouTube. It's Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl, and I have exciting videos for you this week. We are going to be talking about liquidation, which I know you've been wanting to talk about because you've been messaging me and going, where are the liquidation videos? Well, today is the day. We are starting our liquidation series, and we are going to be producing a lot of great content for you. So please subscribe if you haven't so you get all of the videos. But the videos are going to be taking you through liquidation stores that I go to. We're going to be covering all the basics of liquidation. There's a lot of content. I think you're really going to learn a lot and enjoy it. So one often overlooked method of getting inventory is through liquidation. This can be a very effective business model because you're able to get the products for sometimes up to 75–80% off, and then you're able to resell the item for anywhere from 3 to 10 times your purchasing price, depending on the item. I think that a product found through a liquidation store has more resale potential than a regular arbitrage item for 3 reasons. 1, because of the super low purchasing price. 2, a lot of these items are discontinued, which makes them harder to find, which means they attract a higher purchasing price. And 3, you can buy a lot of profitable items in just one sourcing trip. So a big part of my business model is sourcing drugstores, or really any retail arbitrage stores in their clearance sections. You've heard me say in lots of my videos, I don't even bother scanning an item most times unless it's in a clearance area because there's just not enough margin to make it profitable, to make it worth your time. Sometimes it is, but those clearance sections are really where it's at, especially when you're talking 75% off and greater. Once you establish several locations that have consistent good scores for you and you kind of get into this routine and this map of places, then you're able to get inventory on a regular basis that gets you a regular high profit margin. Okay, so how does all of this work? Well, as you've seen in a lot of videos, a store will discontinue their merchandise because it's been sitting there too long, or it's after a holiday, or maybe they have changed the packaging on that particular product. It's getting too close to the expiration dates, or really for any number of reasons. We know that products have life cycles, and as the product ages, it continually gets marked down and marked down and marked down until eventually it is sold to either a customer or to a liquidator. The store only has so much prime real estate. They only have so much floor space to try to attract sales. And if there's a product that's just not moving, it's not making the money that they want it to make, or it's after a holiday or after a season and they want to make way for the new holiday and the new season, they must move this stuff off of their prime real estate and just get it out of there. And that is why you see those low clearances. You know, sometimes it'll start at 15% and then it goes to 30% and then 50% and then 75%, sometimes even 90%, until eventually you just don't see it anymore. They're just gone. The next time you go to the shelves, everything is cleared out and there's a new display. And that means that they have taken all of those items and they have gotten rid of them through a liquidator in most cases. So these retail stores will sell to these liquidation distributors after an item doesn't move in their store. They sell this stuff at a deep discount just to get rid of it. And then in turn, these liquidation distributors will sell to smaller liquidation stores until the product is all gone. Now, these liquidator distributors buy by the truckfuls. They buy huge amounts of inventory and they buy it for pennies on the dollar. So when I first learned about these liquidator distributors, I thought, now that's where I want to be buying from, because here I am going to all of these retail stores trying to find this small section of clearance items. How awesome would it be if I could just go to one place that was like one giant clearance aisle? So that's kind of what my thought process is. But then I quickly learned that liquidation distributors are not really the place for resellers because they buy such large bulk with truckloads. They want to sell it off in the same way. And I'm not going to purchase a truck full. I want to be able to choose the products that I'm picking. So I want to be able to sort through it. I don't want to just take the whole thing and end up with a bunch of stuff that I can't sell or that's not going to make me any profit. And I don't want to have to pay for any expensive shipping fees. So I learned that liquidation distributors are not the place for resellers, but the liquidation stores are. So if you let the liquidation stores buy the truckload from the liquidation distributors, then you can go to the stores and sort through the items yourself. And in order to do this, it's really nothing fancy. You just have to find the stores. You go there, it takes very little money because you're buying things inexpensively, and you don't even have to have a lot of knowledge about the products because you're going to find so many different products and the products are constantly going to be changing that you can't know everything about everything. So just bring your scanning app and do the same thing that you would with a retail arbitrage product as far as the profit margins, your return on investment, the 3 times rule, the ranking, the competition, all of that. Okay, so these liquidation stores, once they receive the product from the liquidation distributors, they break down the shipment to see what they have. And they'll place it on shelves, they'll place it in banana boxes, they'll place it in tubs on the floor. However their setup is, I've seen everything, and they will sell it to the public. So these stores are filled with merchandise that is most likely always 50% off of retail value. So it's like shopping at a giant 50% off or 75 or 80% off sale. What? That's perfect. That is awesome. Because if you can find merchandise like that, what it enables you to do instead of, spending an entire week popping from store to store to store to store, I can spend half a day and get the same amount of product that I would have gotten from all of these different stores, throughout the week. So it enables me to work less hours and actually make a higher profit margin. Okay, a couple of negatives. These stores can be hard to find. They don't advertise much. They tend to go by word of mouth. Even when you Google search, it might be some different search words than you're used to using. So it's not as easy to find. Even after doing this for a while, I'll still come across a liquidation place that surprises me. That was like here and I didn't know about it. And the reason you don't know about it is just because it's not something that you drive by. A lot of times they're kind of located, out or in an industrial area, someplace that you're not typically looking for stores to arbitrage from. Another negative consideration would be that the items that you find are very random and they're changing all the time. So whatever shipment they got this time, they're not going to have the next time most likely. So if you find a really great item, it's not like you could just go back and buy more of that great item. Once it's gone unless you just happen to find it again. Now I want to clarify something because there are chain liquidation stores like Big Lots, TJ Maxx, Ross. They are similar to liquidation stores in that they have distribution stores that are feeding them discounted merchandise. I call those discount stores. And there are perks to using discount stores, obviously. They're easy to find, they're readily available, and you can find the same item there over and over and over again. If you find a great item at this Marshall's, you might be able to go to 3 other Marshalls within a certain mile radius around your house and find the same great item. So that's definitely a perk. The big disadvantage of a discount store is that you're not going to find the same savings. You're probably going to find items that are discounted anywhere from 25 to 50% off, but you're not going to find those huge discounts that you can find at a true liquidation store. Don't get me wrong, I make regular rounds at discount grocery stores and, Big Lots all the time, but what I really want to find are the liquidation stores. Okay, so like I said, finding a liquidation store is hard. You have to always be on the hunt for them in any area that you go to. I've talked to people and they've said, oh yeah, I have several in my area. And then you talk to other people and they claim they have none in their area. So anytime I'm vacationing or just driving through a different area, or if I know I have to go to the other side of Florida from where I am constantly researching to see if I can't find a liquidation store close to where I'm going to be. And even here in my area, you know, I'll try different keywords, I'll try different searches, I'll try different time periods. And lo and behold, you know, you do come across things that, you know, you just didn't know were there before. So I can't find any rhyme or reason to where they're located or why, but here are some tips that you can use to try to find some in your area. The first thing that I do is perform a Google search. And you can try different things like liquidation store, and you can even click near me if you want to try that, or your city and your state. You can also try expired grocery store, bargain outlet, liquidation grocery stores. You can try the keywords banana box. You know those banana boxes that you see at the grocery store? Well, they're all over places like that. So I can look up banana box groceries in Florida because that's my state. Or other keywords that you might use are salvage or discount store, which are all just other names for liquidation stores. And then you can complete all of the same searches that we just did, but within the Yelp site specifically. You can also ask your Facebook friends and groups if they know of any super cheap discount stores in the area. So here I have on my island, I have Pineland Buy, Sell, and Trade. You know, there's quite a few groups here that I have that I can ask people and say, hey, do you know of any discount stores? So let's go check out some footage of a true liquidation store.
Take on the everyday. Shop at your local Nissan dealer and choose Nissan.com today. Nissan, innovation that excites. For well-qualified buyers with approved credit, cash back available on 2017 Titan XT.
It was fun to talk about what a liquidation store is, some tips of finding some in your area, and actually seeing one kind of behind the scenes. Please like if this has been helpful to you. Subscribe if you haven't already because that helps me out. And pop on over to my free Amazon 360 Facebook group. Talk to you tomorrow, guys. Bye.